In today's video, we'll be covering American author and novelist Dan Brown, who is known for his blending of historical facts, adventure, conspiracies, and his novels are amazing. Brown immersed himself in a world of problem solving and classical music thanks to his mathematician father and musician mother. After college, Brown attempted a career in music, releasing a few albums, but they did not run into any significant success. Then he developed an interest in writing. His writing career began with Digital Fortress, followed by Angels and Demons, and then it has been successful career in writing all over. The Da Vinci Code novel had brought international fame to Brown, and the novel itself, combining art, history, and religious conspiracy theories, it became a bestseller and later adapted into a movie that was starring Tom Hanks. Brown has continued writing the adventures of Robert Langdon in the novels such as The Lost Symbol, Inferno, and Origin, which we'll be covering in today's video. And it's aside from these novels, Brown's influence extends into lectures and writings in code, science versus religion, and the role of art in history. The unique blend of storytelling and its extensive research and the merging of historical mystique with modern science is what makes him a very renowned novelist. Dan Brown's novel Digital Fortress is a thriller that delves into the world of data encryption and national security. The plot begins with the National Security Agency top cryptographer Susan Fletcher being called in for an emergency meeting. She learns that NSA's invincible code breaking machine translator has encountered a code it cannot break and has been running for hours. The code is tied to an encryption software called Digital Fortress, created by former NSA employee NSA Tancado as a way of keeping the government from spying on private communications. Tancado has threatened to release the software to public if NSA does not admit to having translator, thereby preventing the agency from secretly breaking codes and infringing on individual privacy. Before he can negotiate with the NSA, Tancado dies mysteriously in Spain, holding on to a crucial part of Digital Fortress encryption algorithm. Susan fiance David Becker is sent to Spain to recover a key ring that Tancado was holding when he died, that is believed to contain a passcode. So, meanwhile, Susan discovers a complex plot within NSA involving deception and betrayal by some of the agency's top officials. The narrative is filled with puzzles, cryptography, and stark implications of digital surveillance. Susan and David face multiple dangers dealing with assassins and dodging deadly traps while trying to prevent a catastrophic threat to the privacy and national security. Digital Fortress explores themes of power, control, and the ethical implications of surveillance technology. The novel portrays the conflict between the government's need for security and the individual right to privacy, a debate that is highly relevant in the today's digital age. Ram is a riveting thriller that introduces Robert Langdon, a symbologist from Harvard University. The story kicks off with the mysterious death of a respected physicist, Leonardo Vetra, who has been brutally murdered at a Swiss research facility, CERN. Langdon is called to the scene to analyze a cryptic symbol seared into Vetra's chest, a symbol representing the Illuminati, a long thought disabandoned secret society that has apparently resurfaced. Langdon teams up with Vetra's daughter, Vittoria, a scientist working on a potentially world changing energy source called antimatter that Vetra had developed and that is now missing. The stolen antimatter is hidden somewhere in the Vatican City, rigged to explode and obliterate the church during a significant gathering, the conclave where a new pope is to be elected. As Langdon and Vittoria race through the historic streets of Rome, following cities and the clues related to the Illuminati's shadowy past, they encounter hidden churches, secret passages, and enigmatic monuments. Each clue leads them closer to the antimatter, but also deeper into the hidden enemy who seems always one step ahead. Their journey is fraught with danger and intrigue, and only from the looming threat of the antimatter explosion, but also from the powerful figures within the Vatican who have their own dark agendas. The climax brings startling revelations about the true nature of the Illuminati's influence and the unsettling truths about the church's role in this ancient conflict. The novel is both a fast paced adventure and an intriguing exploration of science versus religion, power, and the role of secrecy in history. With a rich backdrop of real historical art, documents, and beliefs, it challenges the boundary between fact and fiction. The novel Deception Point by Dan Brown is a techno thriller and dives into the realms of science, politics, and deception. The novel centers on Rachel Sexton, a data analyst working for the National Reconnaissance Office (NRO). She is also the daughter of Senator Sedgwick Sexton, a presidential candidate who is vocal critic of NASA and is campaigning to privatize the agency due to the numerous failures and high costs. The plot unfolds as Rachel is summoned by the President of the United States to a remote Arctic location to verify an astonishing find by NASA, a meteorite with fossils that contain ancient alien life, which could have profound implications for the upcoming presidential election. This discovery could potentially save NASA's reputation and also derail her father's campaign, which has been capitalizing on NASA's past mistakes. As Rachel, along with a team of experts, including oceanographer Michael Toland, begins to study the meteorite, they soon uncover anomalies that suggest data may have been tampered with. The situation escalates when the team comes under attack by a highly trained force, indicating that implications of meteorites' discovery are far greater than imagined. Narrative swiftly moves between exhilarating action sequences and intricate scientific analysis as Rachel and her companions try to escape their pursuers while unraveling a complex conspiracy involving highest levels of government and big corporations facing deadly traps and betrayals, all linked to the chilling deception that could impact future of space exploration and upcoming presidential election as well. Filled with Brown's signature style of blending scientific facts with suspense, a storyline that questions integrity of political leadership and manipulation of scientific discoveries for personal gain, a commentary on political manipulation of science and consequences of such actions. The novel Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown, it's one of the most popular novel of its time. The story begins with the shocking murder in the Louvre Museum with the victim, curator Jacques Sonnery, leaving a series of enigmatic clues before he dies. Harvard symbologist Robert Langdon is in Paris to give a lecture and is summoned to the crime scene. He becomes a prime suspect, but soon realizes the murder is part of a larger, more mysterious puzzle that involves a hidden aspect of history. Together with French cryptologist Sophie Neu, who is also the granddaughter of the victim, Langdon embarks on a thrilling quest through France and England to solve the riddles left by Sonnier. They discover that the clues are connected to the works of Leonardo da Vinci and involve a secret society, the Priory of the Seine, whose members included da Vinci himself. The central mystery of the novel revolves around the location of the Holy Grail, which Langdon and Sophie learn is not a physical chalice but a secret that has been hidden for centuries. The narrative weaves together an alternative religious history with the idea that the Grail is actually a metaphor protecting powerful historical truths about Jesus Christ and Mary Magdalene. As Langdon and Sophie race against time, they face deadly opponents from the conservative Catholic group Opus Dei and They have to deal with police who also believe Langdon is a murderer, and investigation leads them to hidden documents, secret rituals, and a battle between faith and what is revealed through the historical secrets they uncover through the Da Vinci Code is a compelling blend of history, religion, codes, symbols, and conspiracy theories that challenges the reader's understanding of Western religious history. The novel's controversial premise has sparked broad debate and analysis, contributing to its massive global impact and popularity. It was also adapted into a movie that starred Tom Hanks. The novel Lost Symbol by Dan Brown is a thrilling, intricate narrative set within the hidden corridors and secret societies of Washington, D.C. It follows the familiar protagonist, the Harvard symbologist Robert Langdon, who is called to the U.S. Capitol under mysterious circumstances. Story begins when Langdon's mentor, Peter Solomon, a prominent Mason and philanthropist, is kidnapped. The kidnapper, Marak, leaves a gruesome clue in the Capitol Rotunda, a severed hand branded with ancient symbols positioned to point to the ceiling of the Capitol. Langdon is thrust into a frantic hunt to solve the puzzle and also rescue Solomon. As Langdon delves deeper, he discovers that Solomon's abduction is part of a terrifying conspiracy that dates back centuries. The antagonist, Malak, demands that Langdon decipher ancient secrets of the Freemasons, including the location of the mysterious Masonic pyramid and the lost world that it conceals. These elements are believed to hold ancient wisdom and power, which Malak intends to use for his transformative agenda. Langdon teams up with the Solomon's sister, Catherine, a scientist studying noetic sciences, a field that explores transformative powers of the human mind. Together, they explore mystical and scientific realms, moving through iconic locations such as the National Cathedral, the Smithsonian Museum, and other historically rich sites. Explores themes of science, religion, and mysticism that are all intertwined. Langdon and Catherine's quest confronts them with puzzles, codes, and secrets that have been woven into the fabric of Washington, D.C.'s history and also its overall architecture. They must use their knowledge of symbols and ancient lore to thwart Malak's sinister plan. Fast paced thriller, and it challenges the boundaries between historical fact and fiction, exploring influence of Freemasonry in the founding of America and delving into questions of power and knowledge and the nature of all these secrets that were tied to the Freemasons. Dan Brown's novel, Inferno. This is a thriller that finds Harvard professor Robert Langdon in a race against time to prevent a global catastrophe. The story begins with Langdon waking up in a hospital in Florence, Italy, with no memory of how he got there or why he has been shot. He quickly learns that he's in the middle of a deadly plot that revolves around Dante Alighieri's literary masterpiece, The Divine Comedy. Accompanied by Dr. Sienna Brooks, who initially helps him escape from the hospital, Langdon discovers a mysterious cylinder with the biohazard symbol in his jacket. Inside the cylinder, they find a modified map of Dante's Inferno, which sets them on a frantic hunt through Florence, Venice, and Istanbul. They follow clues tied to Dante's work, unraveling historical and literary puzzles while evading a secretive team of agents. The stakes are sort of raised when Langdon and Sienna learn about the scheme of Bertrand Zobrist, a transhumanist genius obsessed with solving Earth's overpopulation problem. Zobrist, who committed suicide prior to the events of the novel, created a virus called Inferno with the potential to drastically affect the future of humanity. Langdon and Sienna's pursuit is not just about stopping the virus, but also about wrestling with the moral questions it poses. Should humanity cull its numbers to save the earth? As Langdon pieces together some of some of the lost memories, he and Sienna encounter shadowy figures from a global security agency and face continuous challenges that test their resolve and intellect. The novel culminates in a dramatic confrontation in a historic site where Langdon must make a crucial decision that could affect the future of the entire planet. Inferno combines a rich tapestry of art, history, and literature with modern day concerns of technology and ethics, compelling narrative that is exploring the consequences of human innovation. Dan Brown's novel, Origin, is another thrilling adventure with Harvard professor of symbology and religious iconology, Robert Langdon. The story is set in Spain and it grapples with themes of science, religion, and technological future of humanity. Novels this novel begins with Langdon traveling to Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao to attend a major announcement by Edmund Kirsch, a billionaire futurist and one of Langdon's former students. Kirsch claims to have made a discovery that promises to answer two of the most fundamental questions of human existence: where do we come from and where are we going? His discovery threatens to shake foundations of the world's religions. As Kirsch is about to reveal his discovery, and the presentation is shockingly disrupted by his assassination, which thrusts Langdon and Ambra Vidal, the museum's director and fiancée of the future King of Spain, into a desperate quest to recover uh, Kirsch's research and release it to the public. Their journey takes them from Bilbao to Barcelona and involves breaking codes, uncovering secrets, and evading a relentless enemy determined to prevent them from succeeding. Throughout the novel, they encounter modern art, enigmatic symbols, and cutting edge technology. They also engage with an AI named Winston, created by Kirsch, and plays a crucial role in their quest. As they piece together Kirsch's provocative conclusions, they confront challenges that test their own intellectual and emotional limits. Origin explores tension between religion and science, debate over AI, human consciousness, and the role of technology in future human evolution. Narrative builds to reveal Kirsch's discovery, which offers a scientific and controversial explanation to the origin of human life and predicts the future trajectory as well. A fusion of intriguing puzzles, action, and ethical dilemmas set with the backdrop of beautiful Spain.